Alright, so welcome to Camper Project Day 1. So let me tell you a little bit about this camper here. This is I'm told it's a 1989 Rockwood XL hard-sided pop-up, which is pretty cool. It's as old as me, so that's cool. It's probably got lots of problems. But we picked this thing up, got a really good deal on it. I got it for $500, and when I picked it up, it was lifted. They had it popped up, and seemed fine. We lowered it. I noticed there was a little bit of uneven lowering, but today, it's been a couple of days. I brought it home. It was dark. I brought it home, and today I have a chance to kind of get into it. Was hoping to just lift it up and go through it, do some cleaning, and maybe take it for a test run. But now the back half doesn't want to lift at all. So that's super fun, and I'll be really interested to see what other kind of things that come up on through this project. So, you know, I figured I might help somebody out by my pain, because I reached out to Rockwood, who's now owned by Forest River, I believe, and they don't have a manual for this, which doesn't make a lot of sense to me, why you wouldn't keep a manual for, you know, the things that you build, but I don't know. Anyway, so working with no manual here, and I should tell you that I have zero experience working on a camper at all. In fact, I think I've camped in a camper like on 2 different occasions. So, you know, I just like to get myself into problems and work through them. So let's take a tour first, and I'll kind of show you what I've been doing. First, this is the lady who got me into this.
Hi.
She's the one who is causing me this major headache, but it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. What do you think? Yeah, you're probably right. All right, so let's take a tour. We've got I've got it. The front end is popped up, which is, you know, that's good. It's what you want, but you can see the hard sides here. Which is really cool. When it was popped up, it was really cool to see. I mean, it was really neat looking, but here's the problem. Not only are these like completely detached from the roof, but also you got nothing, right? I've been trying to, I've got them propped up, hoping that taking the pressure off of them would help solve the problem, but it is not. It got nothing. There's no tension whatsoever. My hope is that when I was driving it home, I had to drive it home about an hour. My hope is that maybe something just rattled loose, and I can get some tension on it, and it'll help take care of that problem. But the issue is that on this camper, you can't reach the tension, the pulley system underneath. So you go underneath here, and there is, let me brighten that up a little bit. Nothing in terms of the tensioner system. So I've been underneath there, checked some stuff out. There's one area where they patched. I know you probably couldn't see much of that, but there is one area where they did some patching. Oh, that's really bright. That's the opposite of what is good. There we go. There was one area where it looks like they did some patching, but there was one area where there's some patching under there on the floor. I kind of felt it when I first walked in, when I was checking the camper out. So I wasn't too surprised to find that. It is patched. It does look like it's okay. We may get under there and brace it with like a 2x12 or something instead of the piece of plywood they have under there, just to make sure it's extra secure. But yeah, other than that, so anyways, I can't reach the tensioning system from underneath, thanks to 1989. And so I'm having to figure out how to reach the tensioning system. So I've watched some videos, I've seen some kind of idea where it's at. So here's where I'm at now. I have taken the back bed out, discovered some nice fun things doing that process too. Like, there's a wasp nest that was in there. Hopefully all those guys are cleared out. That's cool. Then also, the track on that side is coming off the wall, so we'll have to figure that process out. And then the other problem is that I believe the tensioner stuff is in this little box here, which is great now that I've got access to it, but the problem is that this little storage box thing folds down when it's to lower it, and the problem with that is that it's blocking me being able to get to this stuff here. So I think I have to take that off of the track, which I think should be pretty easy. It's just a couple of bolts and those rollers will come out, and then I should be able to slide it out of the way. But I really want to get this thing lifted so that I can give you a tour of the inside. It's pretty cool. Somebody's done some repainting and some designing. They've got these really lovely salmon curtains, and they did some salmon trim on all the cabinet doors and windows. But yeah, it's got a sweet sink. It does have a new air conditioner in it. I'm gonna have to figure out where to put that, because right now it's just kind of floating around, but it doesn't have the microwave or any of that stuff. It's gonna need some bulbs replaced, but I did plug into an extension cord when I got it home, and it did, the air conditioner did power up, so it's getting power, which is awesome. That's good. I think there's also a power converter. Pretty exciting stuff. I think this is probably an aftermarket job of some sort. I don't really know, but they've put some steel wool in there. I guess that's what you should do. The guy told me that steel wool in all the openings, and then actually, this is something that we had heard when we went camping this summer. We rented an RV just to kind of see if we could camp, if we would enjoy it. We have 3 kids, 3 boys in fact, and so we didn't know if we would absolutely lose our minds or if this would be a good thing for us, and we really enjoyed it. It was surprising, but one of the things that we had heard was that Irish Spring aloe bars of soap keep flies and bugs and stuff away. So I don't know if you guys have heard that. Tell me in the comments if that's something that you've heard. Also, hit me with all of your camping tips like that. So if there's a cool trick like that, something that keeps the bugs away, or something that keeps you from losing your mind, or keeps you from strangling your children, help me know that one. So check it, just kind of going around here. I'm to be quite honest with you, I'm not really sure what this is. I'm gonna have to figure that out. It's a drain, I guess, but is it upside down? You tell me. I don't know. Yes, thank you again, Rockwood, for not having a manual for this. Let's see. Is there any information on here that's valuable? Rockwood Inc., Millersburg, Indiana. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even see the date. Yeah, the date is completely washed off there, if it was ever there. But I was told it was 1989. In the brief research that I've done, that seems accurate. We've got some cracking here, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to fix that. It doesn't seem to be a huge issue. This is gonna be a problem though. I'm gonna have to, you can see kind of here, it's a little bit loose. There's some cracking going on there though, so I'll have to figure some of that out. But that's down the line, I think, unless it's a major problem, you tell me. So we've got the crank here. The couple, when I picked it up, they were using white lithium grease on the crank there. I did watch a video from a guy who seemed to know what he was talking about, who said don't grease the crank. It's a really bad idea because it can make the clutch in there slip, which obviously seems like a problem. So hopefully you can see all the white lithium grease that they've put in there. Could be a problem. You can see the chain there, but the chain seems to be working okay. It does crank fine. Like I said, the front goes up and down, no problem. But again, that doesn't help me with the back. But you can hear that chain kind of clicking. It seems like it's okay. Gonna need to get propane, which is fine. It's got this really crazy looking tongue on it. It took me, I'm not gonna lie, it took me a while. I've driven trailers, boats, all that stuff, but this thing was like a little bit of a mystery, and continues to be a little bit of a mystery. It was stuck on my truck for a while, but I figured out how to get it off. but it's pretty serious. It looks like it has like trailer brakes. It's got a .3 brake fluid thing on it. It's got this, I think that's a brake fluid delivery. It's the brake line, but and then it's got this, which I am assuming, like, look guys, I'm a noob here. I'm assuming that has something to do with brake line. You tell me. I don't know. Please tell me. They put a new what do you call this thing? The crank on it. But the problem is that it's not made for this thick of a trailer, so it is at an angle, which it's okay right now. It's new. It still lifts the trailer, but I'm kind of thinking I might try to replace that because I don't really love that it's at a weird angle like this. So we'll see, but it does fold up, which is nice. Haven't tested the propane line yet. Kind of, you can see there's some cracking there. I'm feeling like I probably will replace all of these lines because I don't want the trailer to blow up. So that seems like a good idea. And then the pigtail here, it does work. It's got an old 6-pin on it, and they put an adapter on there. It does work, but the connection's loose. I found, like on Amazon, you can get a new pigtail. It's really great. I was worried I was gonna have to completely rewire the trailer, but it's just a pigtail that unplugs. You can see the connection is pretty rough, so not really want to trust that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just replace the pigtail. It's like 30 bucks. So, and then I won't have the adapter, and I'll have an extra adapter for my truck, which is great. So that is basically the nickel tour. That's what I'm dealing with here. It's gonna be a process, it's gonna be a project, and hopefully it won't suck the life out of me entirely. I thought that was locked. It's not. That's fine. You can kind of see what we're working with in here. There's that air conditioner just sitting there. Sweet tropical seats. So my next project is gonna be taking that sweet fire extinguisher. Let's see if it's in date. I doubt it. I'm gonna say I doubt it. Let's see. What is it, like safety bolted in there? That's interesting. I guess they don't want you to use it unless it's a real emergency. There is no date. My brother-in-law's a firefighter, so he'll probably tell me that has to be replaced, and it probably does. You can't see it. There it is. Yeah, that bad boy. That does not look new. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that it probably needs replaced. I don't see the date on it, but again, my brother-in-law's a firefighter. He'll probably tell me to replace it anyway. So there you go. We'll check that thing out. Discard immediately after any use. Well, I guess that means they haven't used it, so that's cool. So anyways, yeah, that's the tour as I lay on my back in here. It's good to be in here though, at least. For a while I was afraid I wasn't ever gonna get in here again. So we'll once we get this thing popped up, we'll get the full tour of inside. Let's try to get out of here without hurting myself. So yeah, we've got the back bed out, and I'm gonna try to loosen this up, slide this cabinet forward. So hopefully, and I hope I'm right, I may be completely wrong. That may not be the tension system, but I believe it is. So we'll try that out, and hopefully this will be helpful to somebody. I don't know how many of these campers are still rolling around, but I think a lot of the stuff is pretty similar. So yeah, stick with me. Next video we'll try to get that thing taken out, and we'll go from there. Enjoy the ride. See you next time.